Oh shit, is that a thumb? That's so much mass.
I found a toe bone. I found it. It's mine.
It's mine now. I have
Oh
so
man, they
many
stubbed it
body
and broke
parts.
it.
Alright, there we go. She just looks at you and then off towards the others as they're standing over there. I have faith that God will protect us if we stay here. As a matter of fact, I know it. We're not destined to die here.
Can I? Okay, here's a question: would medicine be something to roll to tell how cuckoo somebody's going, like maddened?
How bonkers for Cocoa Puffs he is.
Sure. Yeah, roll it. There does not appear to be anything medically wrong with her. However, I will say you do notice her helmet that lays on the ground next to her is in no way, shape, or form capable of filtering out the mist like y'all's are.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
she's misbrained.
But
So, what happened to your mask, your helmet? That's supposed to, filter the mist.
The helmet I had before did, but these ones were made on the fly.
Hmm.
She just taps on it. Bone armor.
I like it. Seraph will use thaumaturgy to make the wind whisper, "Come over here," at these two.
that's kind of fun, actually.
That wasn't ominous at all.
I actually think it sets an ominous wind, too.
You're a little bitch.
Bitch.
It's got to echo.
So is that helmet still effective against, well, exposure?
There wasn't any down in the dungeon. I suspect not. She holds her hands up, nor do I have any weapons anymore, either.
Shit.
Seraph will take their mask off. You want to salvage what you can out of mine?
If you have anything to spare, I can take it.
We made Grim a promise. They'll toss their mask over to me.
And Bradford, not a weirdo,
She-
will just walk over and give her some javelins.
She takes them, but she looks at the mask. That's kind of you, but she stands up. I don't think your little mask would fit me.
You could maybe rip the part that'll let you breathe right in the mist out of it.
What's the hold up here? Why are we still here?
We're gonna camp here.
Says who? He looks at Savage.
The giant orc
This-
woman.
This is a perfectly fine place to camp.
There's a dark one within spitting distance of this place. And one from the Zero Light Zone, as BX says.
Which would be a strong deterrent to any other creature around here to not come by.
Spitting distance, you say? She just looks at you. It would be quite foolish to play in the devil's backyard, wouldn't it?
It would be. Be a stupid idea to camp in it too.
Isn't the whole world the devil's backyard now?
Not if we have anything to say about it.
On that we agree at least.
She looks over to you, Puyag. Are you the one that found it?
Yes, I am. He'll kind of say a little too proud.
And Wombat says you were a ranger.
That is correct.
In your ranger experience, if there was a zero-light dark one that close to us, with us shining like rays of sunlight, would it not have noticed us yet?
In my experience, would it have noticed us?
Absolutely.
I believe it would have noticed.
Then I posit the question onto you thusly. Is this the first dark one in the world that has shown restraint when it has prey in front of it? Or are we walking into an ambush?
I mean, I'm personally, I'm gonna say ambush.
Well, she says that. But do we know if the? I mean, it's kind of obvious that the bone collector's a dark one, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really can't not be.
Well, even if it was showing restraint, he wouldn't be the first. The bone collector. I assume you were around when that was being a problem, right?
I've not heard of it, no.
Well, you have to be caught up to speed then, because it's the right problem.
Biggest threat in the region. Assimilates other things.
Yep.
All the old guards coming in to help us kill.
Likes to
Because we
watch,
need it.
but that's beside the point. Spitting distance is, it's just a saying. Why not be
Jericho,
close enough to the census now. What do you want?
roll me a perception real quick.
Ooh. Well, whatever it is, if it's wounded, I can smell it within 30 feet of me. There you go.
I smell stabbed feet? What?
As Sarah says, assimilates, you can hear with your blood sense the do-do, 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 do-do increase of Savage's heart rate.
Whatever the fuck he was saying, he cuts it, he clips it short, and then after a beat, we'll say, "Don't worry, none of us will be gotten by it. We'll keep you safe. After all the effort we've been through, it'd be stupid not to.
We made Grim a promise.
Make him a promise."
You'd find a way to kill us again.
Then it is Providence.
Providence.
You hear her heart rate calm back down. God has made a way for us to be safe here. We will return back. We will make it. The lost sheep will return to the flock, rest assured.
My turn to insight check her. Is she believing what she's saying fully?
Yeah, insight.
Pretty good.
You believe she wholeheartedly believes what she's saying. And just based off the shift of her demeanor and the calm that has overtaken her, she at least seems sure of it, whether it's true or not.
I think he stares at her for a moment before he gives a small nod and says, "If you believe it to be God's will, so shall it be."
It helps you sleep at night.
It will. And we'll sleep right here. Continue with camp preparations. We'll have to figure out a watch order as well.
Perfect. You see her continue digging her hole out.
What are you doing there?
Digging. That way, if something is scouting from afar, it sees only ground.
I'll do that along the western side then. And I'll go do that along the western side.
We dig a hole here in the crater. We just make it deeper.
I do think it's like a foot deep as well. So we
Wasn't
don't use
half
tents,
foot.
do we?
I mean, some people do. Like if you have one that's sort of like colored to the area.
Yeah.
Camouflaged.
Yeah. I'm thinking if some of us aren't using tents and just using bedrolls, one or two of us could kind of stay in the crater beneath the level of the rest of the ground.
With the toenails.
Yeah, with the toenails.
With
Crunchy.
toenails.
I'm thinking probably me and Booyah can probably do that.
Booyah just sleeping down there.
I ain't afraid of no toes.
Is there any of these trees that are hollowed out?
Some of these fallen
Yeah,
ones could probably you could find your way in a mix of the root and find a place to get in there. Yeah, surely.
All right.
What
That's where
happened
I'm
with
sleeping.
this tree, anyways?
Especially with your size.
Yeah, he's a little man.
We have tree, foxhole, and we have toenail bed. So, Savage, do you really believe that God's still with us?
Why would he not be? She just looks around. You see a darkened world and believe that to be the absence of God?
I think either he's sleeping, dead, or stopped caring.
Stopped caring. Oh, what a sad thing to think. I pity you in a certain way. Let me ask you this, Sarah. One with such a anointed name, to think such was not something I was expecting. If you needed to sail across a violent sea, would you build a small ship? Would you take a canoe like my people of old?
Why would you take a canoe?
It would be foolish to take a canoe, would it not?
Conventionally, as far as I know, yes.
You would drown, you would sink, your ship would be blown apart by the waves. No. If you were to take a violent sea, you would build a sturdy ship, strong, one that would endure the waves, correct?
Right.
Then why in a
So-
world that is dark would God send weak people? No, we are being prepared for something great that is to come. One that weakness cannot be allowed to stand for, so we do not buckle when things truly get dark.
On that part, I agree. I just don't think it's God doing the preparing. At least not anymore.
Then who do you think it is? The Sangalia?
Partly. I think they are limited. Partly blind, too, even.
Then I ask you this. What are the Sangalia except the hands of the Creator? I do
It
not...
seems that he's limited or blind.
She sort of sterns her jaw at that. You could see a little bit of tension as you say that. I do not blame you for putting your faith in the construct, But I place mine in the Creator. It is to him whom I have a covenant. But if you believe there to be nothing or no purpose, then why be out here in the first place?
Oh, I think there's plenty of purpose left. In fact, you thought it was funny I chose this code name. I chose it because it was an ideal to aspire to. At least, I used to think so, in a certain way. Not as much anymore, sort of. It's weird. We had a mission kind of go wrong, and it gave me some new perspective. I thought I was supposed to be one of the last lights of the world, but that's not what I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be Death's arbiter.
Very grandiose thing to say, wouldn't you think?
Oh, I agree. It's a grandiose aspiration. But I've always had a flair for the dramatic.
How did your mission go wrong?
Well, we were ambushed and we were beaten. Our objective lost.
So one loss is all it took to shake you from your faith?
No. It was a gradual shift. Especially when I saw people that were supposed to uphold ideals you speak of burn innocence inside Hagelfar alive, and I had to listen to them scream.
She just sort of like swallows and squints after you say that. These innocents, they were defenseless.
As far as I know, they were an innocent family, and they were butchered by a man in the White Watch in Hagelfar, the city of honor, the city of tradition, the city of respecting God's ways. Under the Sangilia's nose, because it was human cruelty instead of Dark One cruelty.
The penchant for violence does lead those to be lost in their ways, unfortunately. Not everyone can temper a blade properly. Not every wolf can become the sheepdog. Some are lost to the lions. Are you lost?
I don't think I'm lost. I don't think there's anything wrong with me.
If you think there is nothing wrong with you, then the thing wrong with you is pride.
Oh, I have my faults or flaws. I mean, in what I'm believing about the world compared to what you are.
Let it not be said that I would try to convince you with words but action. No one is convinced through the tongue and the mouth, through the walk. Perhaps in time you will see things differently. Perhaps I. But I believe if I remain true and genuine to the way I am, then you shall see it for what it is.
And if a seraph was an angel that burned the deserving, I think that's why I'll keep the coat.
She finishes digging out her foxhole before taking off enough parts of her armor that she can sleep comfortably. She looks at part of her arm, and you can see almost like a festering wound of it from where Dre struck her. Nasty wound, wouldn't you say?
Yeah?
Are you capable of healing it?
Not through magic at the moment. You can have a potion if you want it.
It wouldn't do what needs to be done. She breaks out some flint and tinder before lighting it and putting the blade she just got to it.
Give me 4 hours. If you don't want to do that. Or go ahead. It's up to you.
I don't know that I trust 4 hours, but I trust the blade. She looks at you as she carves the little bit of rotten flesh off with a searing hot blade. And you could see she's not immune to pain, but tolerates it well. It's best not to let diseases fester. Before finishing and wrapping it up, good night, Sarah.
Good night, Savage.
What do the rest of you do before taking a long rest?
After
much-
hearing all that, Booyog's gonna walk up to Savage and offer her some good berries before she goes to sleep and say, um, I'm glad there's people like you in the world.
You have my thanks, Boo.
And he's just gonna walk away from her, let her get a rest.
Has Saturday / Bradford been there for all that?
He might have been listening in. He might have also just been doing other stuff. I'm gonna just say he was probably just doing other stuff. I think I just forgot to move the token.
It's fine if you want to listen.
Yeah.
So how much of that did you hear? Sarah will ask Booyog and Saturday if they see him.
I heard all of it. I was very interested in the conversation.
God talk kind of is falling on deaf ears with me.
Right.
So I heard some things, but not a lot. Why?
Well, where's Scarecrow at?
I believe he wants.
I think he's digging a hole.
I'll use thaumaturgy to make it whisper for the Scarecrow to join us. And start walking, I guess, that way. Let's have a chat, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I said
why
at
not?
Scarecrow.
Yeah, at Scarecrow.
He'll sigh. Clap the dirt off his hands, not the hands off his dirt. Rendezvous in the middle. What is it?
Seraph will sit on this trunk. So, I kind of, I don't know, it's not an argument exactly. I had a debate with Savage. And I kind of got talking about one of the reasons that brought me out here in the first place. I want to stick with you after this assignment is done. Clearing this area. And they'll point at Scarecrow and Saturday.
The Scarecrow nod. I don't see any reason why that was brought into question. I mean, it seems like we're going to be with Solstice for a while. You're Solstice, you're with us.
It feels
Whenever
more
you
like a
get ready to
logistics thing.
leave Solstice. We're not going to be here forever.
And when we get reassigned, if you came along with us for be it your decision or one of the higher ups, then I think we'd be glad to have you. You've proven yourself to be quite capable.
I know there's a long list of things about the world that need addressed.
That's putting it lightly.
I want to add one to your
Okay.
radar. Where Doran and I... Shit, I did it again. Where Megamind and I come from. Agofar. There's a man in the White Watch. He wears blue. His last name's Faraday. He butchered innocent people. I want to find out why. And if I don't like his answer, I want to kill him.
And you would ask Saturday night to help you with that?
Yeah. You too, Booyog, if you're up for it.
I refuse.
I mean, I think you're going to need my skill set to gather information.
Yeah.
You don't want to find out why people are being butchered in this city that's least likely to happen.
No, I already know why.
Because city
Why?
likes shit.
Sometimes people are evil. Sometimes they hate their fellow man. Sometimes they want to hurt them. Sometimes they want to do things that are cruel just for the hell of it. Or maybe they want more coin in their pocket. Any one of these could be reasons that this Faraday does what he does. Has done what he has done. It
Or
doesn't
it could be
concern me. Because he's not a dark one.
could also be a number of different reasons that you simply are not enlightened to. That makes them not exactly innocent.